Hi everyone. Today I would like to show you how to make one of my little amulet pouches. These are crocheted amulet pouches or medicine bags, or you could, use them as crystal pouches. I've seen them called a bunch of different things. So I'm going to show you how I make mine. And I just got some of this yesterday, so I thought I'd try to make it with this. These are both wool. This is just wool, and this is a blend of wool, silk, and mohair. So this one here is bamboo and silk. So I'm going to try it out. So for this project you will need a size 4 worsted weight yarn and a size 3.5 millimeter hook. That's also considered an E-hook. And you will need a needle for sewing your ends in, a pair of scissors. This is just rat tail cord, I believe that's what it's called, and just these little drawstring ends. You can use anything. You could even just use like a bead in this spot, and you can use a chained rope that you've made with the same yarn or a different colored yarn. See, I've made this smaller one that is made with embroidery floss, and I've just used a bead at this juncture here. Okay, so there you go. So I'm going to make one of these little pouches, and we're going to use this bamboo silk yarn to do it. Alright, so to start off, you need to make a magic circle. So to do that, you get the end of your yarn, and I am right-handed, so I'm going to use my left hand to wrap the yarn. So I'm going to wrap it, I'm going to hold it up like this with this finger, and I'm going to wrap this part around these two fingers twice. Okay, let's give it some slack, and then I'm going to put it on my pinky, and I'm going to hold it with my thumb, and then I'm going to join this one, so I'm holding both of them, right, so that I have them both taut, and I'm going to place my hook under both of these, and I'm going to come up and yarn over with this, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through to lock it in place. And if you would like me to do a more detailed tutorial on how to do that, I will certainly do that. Okay, so I'm going to do a chain 1 because that first one was just to lock it in place. So now we're going to do a chain 1, and then I'm going to do 8 single crochet into the magic circle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, and 8. Okay, so 8 single crochet. Gonna pull this just a little bit longer here so that it doesn't get pulled through, and grabbing over here at the other end, like where you started, You're going to figure out which one of these is going to pull this together. Okay, so it's this one. And then I'm going to reach for the end and pull it all together. There we go. Okay, insert your hook back into the loop. Now we're going to slip stitch to pull this, to join this together. So I'm going to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to slip stitch into that 8th stitch. So that's our first stitch. So we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch. I just like to count because I don't want it to get it mixed up with that chain 1 that we did at the beginning. Okay, so I slip stitch to join. So now we're going to chain 1 and then 2 single crochet into each single crochet around for a total of 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, oops, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the last two, 15 and 16, and we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join. Okay. So I'm just going to pull this tight just to close that up a bit more. See how it closed up quite a bit more. And just before I continue, I'm just going to cut this a little bit shorter so we don't have it getting wound around. Okay. So now for row 3, we're going to go chain 1, and we're going to just single crochet into each stitch around for 16 stitches. Okay, so chain 1, and then we're going to do 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, just going to count back just to make sure that I'm not joining into that chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See how there's that chain 1 and then there's that first stitch. So we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch to join it. Sorry. Slip stitch, okay, and chain one always after the slip stitch. So chain one, so we're on row 4, we're going to single crochet into the first stitch. Okay, so single crochet into the first stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, 2 single crochet, and then we're going to go single crochet into the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet into this next stitch. So we're going to repeat that pattern, single crochet, 2 single crochet around until we have 24 stitches. Okay. So far we have 6. So here we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 2 more, 23, 24, and we're going to join it. Remember, we're going to skip that chain one, we're going to join it into that first stitch with a slip stitch. Okay, so that was round 4. Now for round 5 to round 7, so 5, 6, 7, that's 3 rows, we're going to do just 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So to begin, we're going to do a chain 1, and now we're going to do 24 around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So you're going to join with a slip stitch after each round of 24. Okay, so we're going to join. Remember, skipping that chain 1, going into the first stitch and slip stitch, and then we're going to do a chain 1, and then do 2 more rows of 24 around, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so here I am at the last stitch of the 7th row or 7th round. I'm going to skip that chain 1 there. I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain of that round, and I'm going to do a chain 1 to begin the next round. So round 9, oh wait, we're on round 8. Round 8, we're going to chain 1 like I just did, and then we're going to do half double crochet into each stitch around for 24 stitches. Okay, so 1 round of half double crochet. So you yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, pull it through, and then you yarn over and pull through all, oops, let's do that again. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, so you got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, half double crochet, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 1 more for 24. Okay, so that's 24. So now we're going to skip that chain 1. We're going to slip stitch into the first stitch from that row. Okay, so there's a slip stitch, and now for 4 rows we're just going to single crochet around for 24 stitches in each round. So for 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 rows. 4 rows of 24. So I'll start off doing that with you, and then, wait, did I do, oh, we have to start it off with a chain 1. Remember, at the end of each of those rounds, you're going to slip stitch and then chain 1 and then begin the next round. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so skip the chain one, go into the next, like the first stitch of that round, do a slip stitch and chain one to start the next round. So the next round is just going to be the same, another row of 24. So you see how that half double crochet gave it a little bit of a different look. On this you can see somewhat it's right here. The half double crochet is right there, and this one you can see it's right here. Can you see that? Okay, so that was round 9. So we have 10, 11, 12, 3 more to go. 24. Don't forget to, like I said, slip stitch and then do a chain one to start off the next round each time around. So another round of 24. So I'll see you when we get to just before the end of round 12. Okay? Okay, so here we are at the end of the 12th row. So now what we're going to do, okay, so I've already done the slip stitch to join. So now we're going to chain 3. Instead of just chaining 1, we're going to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and now I'm going to double crochet into the stitch to the next stitch. Okay, so chain over, pull through, or yarn over, pull through, 2, and yarn over, pull through the next 2. So we've got chain 3 and the double crochet side by side. And now we're going to chain 2 and skip the next 2 stitches, and we're going to double crochet into the 3rd stitch over. Okay, double crochet, and we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. So 2 double crochets next to each other. Oops. Pull through 2, pull through the last 2. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet into the 3rd stitch over. Okay, double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2. And we're going to skip the next 2 stitches and double crochet into the 3rd stitch. Okay, double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2. Skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the 3rd. Double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2. Okay, skip 2 stitches, double crochet into the 3rd. Double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so you see we're coming up onto that next one, so we're going to chain 2. Okay, now instead of skipping 2 and double crocheting into the 3rd stitch, we're going to come all the way over here, and we've got to see this chain 3. So right at the top into that first double crochet, we're going to slip stitch into that. Okay, so we slip stitched into the top of that. So now we've got, I'm just going to pull this long so I can move this out of the way for a second. So now you'll see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large spaces around. Okay, so where those chain 2s are, there's 6 of those spaces around. Okay, so I've slip stitched that together into there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and we're now going to single crochet in each stitch around for 3 rows, 3 rounds, joining each round with a slip stitch and doing a chain 1. Okay, so we've already gone into this one, so we're going to go into this stitch and we're going to do a single crochet, okay, and into the next one I'm going into the front loop only, single crochet, and then into this stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oopsie, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm just going to count backwards here just to make sure that I've got the right amount of stitches, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Okay, so there's that chain one. So there's the one that I want to slip stitch into. Okay, chain one. So now we're going to do 2 more rounds around like that. So you're going to do 2 more rounds of 24 around just to give it this nice top edge, like above the where the drawstring grows. Okay, so 2 more rounds of 24. Remember to chain 1 and slip stitch in between each round. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So I'll see you at the end of round 16. Okay, so I've just done my 24th stitch. So now I'm going to slip stitch to join it, and I'm just going to pull that a bit longer, and I'm going to snip this off and just continue pulling that through. So now I'm going to grab my tapestry needle, thread that in, and I'm going to just sew this in so that it won't unravel and you can't see it. Let's quickly get that out of the way. Okay, that's good enough for that. Okay, so you'd also sew in the end from the beginning, but I'll do that after. Okay, so you'd go in, you'd turn it inside out and just sew that in so it doesn't unravel. So now I'm going to get some of this rat tail. I've got this white stuff here, so I'll just use this because it's right here. So I'm going to thread it onto the needle, and what I found works best is if I go in and out of the double crochet stitches as well as the big spaces. So you'll see that on one side there'll be this seam going up where you've done your slip stitches to join it, and the other side there won't be that. See how this turned out smaller, hey? Because this is a bit smaller. This is actually a size 3, a lightweight instead of a worsted weight. But anyways, I like the size of this one actually. So I'm going to make it so that when you're wearing it, this will be on the side, and this is where the seam is on the back. So I'm going to start weaving this in and out, in between those and out. Okay, and I'm just going to do that all the way around. In and out. And okay. Alright, so I have that strung through there. I'm just going to make sure that they're the same length. I just have to adjust it so that they're the same length. Okay. And so I just got one of these little, I can't remember what they're called, but I think I just got them at the dollar store or at the craft store. So that when you push it down, you're going to feed this through when it's pushed down. And like I said, you can also just use a bead. Like, I was also trying to decide if I should just use like one of these beads or like a bead like this, a little smiley face on it, and little hole is on the side, right? So I mean, you could use anything you wanted. So I'm going to pull this, right? So it's tight. We're going to, you know, cinch it up a bit like that. See that? And go to the ends, make sure that they're even, and you can just tie a little knot to fasten them. There's your knot. Okay. What I thought I would do with this one as well, because I just wanted to try something a little different, is I'm going to sew this little leaf onto the front of this. See what that looks like. Okay, so I'm just going to use a piece of the wool from this project to sew it on. Okay, so I'm going to thread the needle. Just going to open this up a bit. I'm just going to put this right in the front here. Okay, so first I'm going to spread that out and attach it around right there somewhere. Let's see. There. Okay, that needle's a little bit too big. I'll find a smaller needle so it can fit through the hole and still grab onto this yarn. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm just going to fasten it just with one stitch like that. And I'm just going to turn this inside out. Okay. And I'm going to tie this in a knot. Hopefully this is a secure enough attachment. I'm going to do it twice. Now I'm going to go back to the needle with the bigger eye. I'm just going to make these even. So I'm going to thread them together. Okay. Thread those together on there, and I'm just gonna weave these in to securely attach that. Okay, the button is just for decoration, so it's not like it's actually you know, holding something, being used as a fastener. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, just come down like this. Okay, so now that I have this open, I'm just gonna sew this in and just quickly sew it in, and then we'll show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, so just weave them in without going through. You don't want to see it on the other side. Just follow around the round. Okay, I'm going to come back. This one's pretty secure in there, so I don't usually try to do it as well as the other ones. Okay. Flip it back outside. Okay, And let's tighten it back up. And that, my dears, is your crystal pouch. Okay, throw a crystal in there. Throw a hematite rock in there. Cinch it up. Put it on and you're good to go. Okay, and that's your crystal pouch slash amulet bag made out of bamboo silk. It's very soft. Okay, and there's my other two examples. And so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Let me know if you would like the written pattern, and I will put it on my blog, and I'll put a link in the description for that. But I think that's pretty cute. I really like the little button on the front. I might find ones that I can put on the front of these. Okay, so like I said, if you don't want to go and get this is just rat tail cord, it's called. You can also get like suede, different types of materials, but you can also just do a chain stitch and use long chains of this to weave through there and use as the ends, or a different colored yarn. But there you go. That's my tutorial for my crochet amulet pouch slash medicine bag slash crystal pouch or festival pouch. Many different names it could be called, but there's my version. I hope you liked it. Thanks a lot. Bye guys.